Today I want to talk about what I call toxic energy vampires. Yeah, toxic energy vampires basically are the negative people of the world. Yeah, the people you want to stay clear of. Anyone could be a toxic energy vampire. And let me explain what a toxic energy vampire is. You may have heard of them in mainstream media called a narcissist, yeah? Narcissist. Now, a narcissist is actually from Greek mythology. It was a person that fell in love with their own reflection. Yeah? Fell in love with their own reflection. So basically, pride and vanity was one of their biggest downfalls. Pride and vanity. And I believe that through looking at their reflection in the river, that led to their downfall. Yeah, I'm not sure if the ending was a drowning or not. I can't remember, but I do know that there was a person in love with the narcissist. That person's name was Echo. Okay, and I think in her bereavement, she lost her voice. Something to do with that. Something to do with her speech. Hence the word echo. I think that was that's where the name comes from. So you have narcissist, a person that fell in love with their own reflection to the detriment of the woman that loved him, Echo. Now, yeah, narcissists are all about self, yeah? But they're all about self in a negative way. I always talk about self in a positive way. You got to love yourself. You got to have a love for self in order to move forward. You can't love others until you love yourself, okay? You can't expect others to love you until you love yourself. You have to love yourself, number one. That's the positive side of it. But as you know, in life and in the universe, everything is based on polar opposites. Yin and yang, positive and negative, masculine and feminine. Dualism, basically. That's what the universe, they are the basic fundamental building blocks of the universe, dualism. So I always talk about the positive and I'll always talk about the negative. Okay? The negative, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just that in order to appreciate the positive, you have to understand the negative. You can't have positive without negative. It just wouldn't exist one without the other. You can't have up if there's no down. There will be no such thing as down. You get me? If there wasn't an up, it's just you have to have an opposite of something. Otherwise, there's just one. There's, in reality, there is always two. Now, the negative side of self is basically being selfish, only thinking about you, not thinking about others. Having no humility, being entitled, thinking that the world owes you something. The world doesn't owe you anything. In fact, you owe the world. The world is a womb looking after us. But narcissist type of people feel that everything is entitled to them, okay? And I call them toxic energy vampires. And the reason why I call them toxic energy vampires is because in reality, they haven't got any energy for themselves. They don't emit any energy. And they know this. But that's like a vampire. They're a master of disguise. They pretend and they act like they have confidence. They pretend and they act like they're positive. They pretend and they act like things is going good for them. But really, they're carrying a lot of trauma, unresolved issues that they haven't dealt with. And rather than looking within and dealing with their issues, they seek out other people who may seem shy, who may seem insecure, or they seek out people who they may see as high value, as maybe positions of wealth in life, positions of influence, and people who they feel can benefit them. They seek out these type of people because they lack certain things for themselves. So let's say, for example, if they see someone who's shy and insecure, rather than hooking up with them to help them, they seek to hook up with them to, use them as a stepping stone. In order to feel good about themselves, they need other people to feel bad. Yeah. So they see themselves in others. So when they see the shy person, when they see the innocent person, that's what they see in themselves. And they don't necessarily like that in themselves. So they oppress that person who is a reflection of themselves. And for the people who are doing very well in life, they seek to attain their power and their glory by befriending them and sucking the life out of them, sucking the energy out of them. You got to be aware of these people. They can come in the form of a partner. They can be it can be in your family. It can be people at work. They can be friends. They exist everywhere. And one of the ways to recognize these people, there's a certain. I'm very good at recognizing these people. Very good at recognizing these people. And one of the ways how to recognize toxic energy vampires or narcissists is arrogance. That's one of the number one indicators. Yeah, the arrogance, the loudest person in the room. Okay, everywhere you go, the loudest person. Whether it could be in a church, it could be in house party, it could be in a family gathering, it could be in the office. The loudest person. Always look out for the loudest person. Always the loudest laugh, the loudest conversation that everyone can hear what's going on. You know, a conversation could be happening just between two people, but yet everyone can hear what's going on. These people pretend to be confident. These people express a lot of character, but what it is, that's just covering up a lot of insecurity. Really, these people are very, very, very fragile inside because they're dealing with unresolved issues. Maybe when they were young, maybe they didn't get enough attention from mummy or daddy. Maybe they experienced a lot of rejection. And rather than dealing with the neglect issues and looking within to heal and developing themselves and relying on self, they didn't do any of those things. And when you don't do any of the self-healing, it results in a negative persona where you seek to hurt others or step on others in order to feel good about yourself. So then you're looking to feel good about yourself from an outside source, and they project arrogance. Yeah, they need all the attention on themselves. They suck the energy out of the room. Okay, so everything must be on them. You know, you must hear their story of what they done in life. If you said you had a good weekend, they can't celebrate other people. They don't want to listen to you. Everything's about them. You had a good weekend. No, I don't want to hear about that. You got to hear about their weekend, because their weekend was grander than yours. Very, very, very arrogant people. But in life, you have the true self and you have the ideal self. And in life, you must work towards your ideal self. Okay? Always work towards your ideal self. We all have ideals. But these narcissists and these negative people, they start from here. They pretend that they're the ideal self. They're not. So they've not done any work. Okay? Very fragile egos. And when you challenge them in terms of play them at their own game, that's when they crumble. You must play these people at their own game. Okay? You must play them at their own game. They think they have character, but really it's just a hot hair balloon. It could be easily burst with a pin. Play them at their own game, they easily crumble. They don't last very long when you play them at their own game. Another thing with these toxic energy vampires is they're very vain individuals. Everything is to do with image. Everything to do with image. How they're perceived. How the world perceives them. How the world perceives their children. How the world perceives their partner. How the world perceives their friends. How the world perceives them. It's all about image. They're constantly obsessed with image. Constantly looking in the mirror. Constantly obsessed with how they look. You'll find these people in the gyms. Okay, you'll find these people on social media. Now you find anyone in the gym, you find anyone in social media, but you will find these toxic energy vampires at these places in social media with the thousands and thousands of followers, the hundreds of likes, yet still not satisfied. Okay, yeah. Why am I only getting 1,000 likes for this photo and that person's getting 5,000? Yeah, they have a self-entitlement because they have no substance. Everything must come from outside. People are very vain, and that's one of their weaknesses. They could be the most beautifulest person you see, the most attractive person you see, the greatest figure, everything you think that would make someone happy. But no. These people ain't happy. They ain't worked from within. They need you to show them attention. They're not happy with themselves. Yeah, no matter what they look like. If they're not getting any attention, they crumble. Yeah, they need you to praise them. They need you to show them adulation. But if they're not getting it, no matter what they look like, okay, they're not happy, and that's their biggest weakness. It's their vanity. It's empty. Their pride is empty. They're also self-entitled. They believe everything in the world should go their way. They're not used to working for anything. They're not used to earning everything. They're spoiled. Maybe they've always gotten what they wanted in life. Or maybe they haven't always got what they wanted in life. But rather than learning the lessons and working on themselves to understand to be humble, to be patient, and to show appreciation, they feel they're entitled to everything. These people you will see in society will be probably always complaining about how life's difficult for them, why they haven't achieved certain successes. Because they're entitled, you see. They don't believe in working hard for everything, about failure. Okay, and trying again. They try once, they fail, it's too hard. Because they feel that they're blessed. Everything should come their way. You create your own luck, you create your own blessings. Yeah? The universe gives to those who give to themselves. And they say God gives to those who give to themselves. Okay, God is the universe. The universe is God. God is life. Life is God. Okay. These people are very self-entitled. And that is their biggest downfall. Okay? Your successes will speak for you. And yes, you will find some of these people in successful positions, but it's always by climbing on the backs of others. They say the best narcissists, yeah, are the best business people. If you want to become a better person, be empathic. If you want to be good at business, be a narcissist. Okay? Be all about self in terms of your selfishness. Yeah. I tell you, some of the people in life, in society, politicians, CEOs, people who have done very well for themselves. They've done very well for themselves because they've put themselves before everyone. They've not cared about stepping on people's backs. They've not cared about stabbing people in the back. That's their self-entitlement. So yes, these people are everywhere. But the only way you deal with them is you keep working on yourself from within. You keep on working hard to keep on, you keep improving yourself. Because the more you know yourself, the more confident you are. These people can't drain you. They will seek to drain you, but they can only drain you if you yourself ever worked on yourself. They will make you think that you need them. That's how they get their strength. But in reality, they need you. They need you to keep praising them. They need you to keep looking up to them. They need you to keep liking their images. They need you. They need your attention. Without it, they're nothing. Without it, behind closed doors, behind the scenes, they're very depressed, unhappy people. A lot of them have mental health issues, depression and bipolar, self-harming themselves. I've seen it. And those are not good things. But the only way to cure those things is by self-healing, looking within. okay? Healing, admitting your flaws. You're not perfect, okay? Admit the flaws. Look at your past, what you've been through, what made you this way, what makes you such an entitled, selfish individual who thinks that just the way how you look, by how much money you earn, or how much followers you have and likes you can achieve, that you think that makes you a good person. Because when it's all said and done, when you take all that away, what do you have? Are you loved? Who are you loved by? Yeah? How is your health? Your mental health, your physical health? Remember, health is wealth. And in life, you need to measure it against who loves you. Okay? How much love do you have out there? Or is it just all a facade? Is it all fake? Possessions can't love you back. You may love your car, your house, your money, and all these material things in life. You may love those things, but they can't love you back. And the problem with these toxic emotional vampires is they're very materialistic and very superficial. They use people and love things rather than loving people and using things. Okay? These people will have the cleanest cars, and the inside of the car and the outside of the car is immaculate. Okay, the cleanest rims, the tidiest house. You should always seek to be clean and tidy, do not get me wrong, but these people are clinical in their image, in their appearance, because everything is to do with image and how they're perceived. Nothing is in within. God forbid they come out the house and their hair's not done the right way, okay? Because it's all about how you perceive them. And you can, from the outside, you're looking at something, oh, they're well put together, they take a lot of pride in themselves. No, they rely on that. They need it because they've got no real true confidence. But yet, they hang around, or they like people. They like to be around people who look up to them. And rather than sharing the energy, giving other people compliments, talking to you when you've got problems, listening to your problems. No. They keep you around. Like a vampire keeps a helper around. Yeah? A vampire needs help. He needs human help. Can't do it on his own. A vampire's got to sleep, vampire's got to get rest, so he needs human help. And there's a saying, yeah? You can keep feeding the dragon, but one day you're going to run out of food for the dragon. And what's the dragon going to do? It's going to turn on you. This is why it's dangerous to keep these people close. Okay, because they're only using you. They're not really your friend. Yeah, they may be family. You may share the same blood, but really, there's no love between you. Okay, they only maybe seeing you as a threat. Okay, because you've got confidence what they haven't got. Okay, you've got the love that they haven't got. They have a black heart, and I say black heart, yeah, because I'm into colorism and color psychology. Yeah, there's positives and negatives to do with everything. The negative side of black, okay, is death. The negative side of black is emptiness. But the positive side is also professionalism, mystery, class, and wealth. But in regards to the negative side, they have an empty heart, which some people may call a black heart. You have to be careful with these toxic energy vampires. Another one of their flaws is they're very jealous and envious. Very jealous and envious. I mean, you could kind of like attribute the 7 deadly sins to these people, with pride being the biggest sin of all. I could really go on, and I'll probably go on in other videos about these people, but you must be careful. They exist everywhere. They'll come to you in disguise. Okay, they'll come to you with an outstretched hand. But all they're seeking to do is to take your vibes, fuel it into them. They don't feel good about themselves, and rather than sharing the love, they want it all for themselves. They will use you. They only want to use you And once they are finished with you, they'll toss you aside for someone else who they can use and manipulate and drain the life force out of. If you're with someone and it's always negative vibes all the time, if you're with someone, when you're away from them, you're thinking about them, but when you're with them, you're drained and you don't feel good. You need to think to yourself, are you with a toxic person? Is this person any good for you? Why is it that we're always clashing? Why is it that we're always arguing? If you're a good person, then you're always having a laugh with other people. Why is it that you're with someone that just bringing out your bad side all the time? Yeah, whether it's a friend or a partner or a family member, you should be with people who bring out the best in you, not someone who brings out the worst in you. Always remember that. If you're supposed to be around someone who loves you and someone that you love, why is the worst of you always coming out? Why are you angry and shouting? Huh? Why are you angry and shouting? And that's not who you are. That's not who you were raised. What are they doing? Are they influencing you in a way that you're becoming them? So now you're becoming a negative person. They're receiving all your positive energy. They're feeling good about themselves. Now you're feeling bad about yourself. You see the reverse. That's why they keep you around. They keep you around to keep you down so they can stay high. They make you feel that you need them, but really they need you. Because as soon as you wake up and realize what's going on, and when you decide to cut them off, you will see these people are really children. And it's not you who needs them, it's them who need you. It's always been them who has needed you. Take yourself away from these people. See how they start acting nice again. Okay? They'll either start acting nice or you never hear from them again. Either way, you will know the truth. These people will crumble when they have no more supply. When they have no more energy supply, these people will crumble. And these people have lots of friends or lots of associates for a reason. Because they need lots of supply. They need followers. They need admirers. Okay? Because nothing comes from within. They're not a lone wolf. Nah. They're not even leaders. They go around like they're leaders, but really, I would say they're less than followers, really. But if they were true leaders, they were leading themselves first, healing themselves, but they don't. These people are empty and they only want to seek your good vibes and turn it into themselves. Beware of these toxic people. Very, very dangerous, my friends.